Hello, my name is Steve Meshke. In this video, we're going to discuss how to implement the LDAP/LDAP security model as part of the BMC TrueSight Middleware Administrator How-To video series. Let's get started. First, we'll select a username that already exists in LDAP or Active Directory. We'll create a new user in TrueSight Middleware Administrator with that same username, including the case. We'll make sure that it's case sensitive, that we get the exact same case. Then we'll add this user to the product administrator list, and we'll use the same username and password as already defined in LDAP or Active Directory. This is a good time to note, it's important. If you do not perform this step, you may not be able to access TrueSight Middleware Administrator after restarting the service. Make sure to make a backup of the TrueSight Middleware Administrator directory where the product is installed so that you have the ability to restore if the LDAP settings are incorrect. Okay, let's start with a walkthrough of the part we already described. So first things first, we'll go to the admin console. Then we'll click on users. Remember, we have to create a user that already exists in our LDAP server. So I'm going to create one that I have already created in my LDAP server called BMC001. BMC_001, and then we'll set a password, which is the same as the password that is defined in Active Directory, and we'll save that. Then we'll go down to Product Administrators. We'll click on Product Administrators. Then we'll add that user, BMC001, to the Product Administrators. This means that this user can administer the product. Now, if we accidentally put in the wrong information, we'll still be able to get into the product if we have this user configured. If we don't, we're going to lock ourselves out. So that's why it's important to do this. And go ahead and click Save and save that. Now we're ready to configure the LDAP/LDAP security model. So what we need to do is we need to get this minimum information. We have to get the LDAP server URL, which is going to be the LDAP server name and the port that you're planning on using. Then we need to get your base domain name, which would be something to the effect of administrator, and then it's going to be users, typically be users, DC equals my, DC equals company, D equals com. So in my case, it would be DC equals BMC, DC equals support, DC equals com. Okay. Then we'll need the password for that administrator user. Then we'll enter the LDAP user search base and the user LDAP group search base, which are the same and should also be the same as the LDAP manager DN. We'll go ahead and enter those into the LDAP/LDAP security model. Okay, now we've added that user, so now we're going to go ahead and configure the security for LDAP/LDAP. So click on security. The default model is admin, so we're going to go here and we're going to click LDAP/LDAP. Now, as you'll see, we'll now get a whole bunch of options for us to configure. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in the correct information for my server so I'll be able to connect with Active Directory. So I'm going to drop this into here. Okay. Then we're going to change this to my information, which would be like so. And then I'll change this and this while I'm at it because it's the same information. Then I'll put in my administrator password here. So a quick check will show us that we have LDAP/LDAP. We've got the correct name and name of the LDAP server and our port. We have our administrator user that will be logging in with that password, and we're using our search base for the group and for the user, for the group search base and the user search base. Then I'll go ahead here and I will save. Okay, now the security settings have been saved, and for order for those to take effect, I'm going to restart the service. So now that we put in the LDAP information, we need to verify that the connection is working properly. So the first thing we do after saving our changes is we restart the TrueSight Middleware Administrator service. After it's restarted, we'll attempt to log in with our LDAP username. We should be able to log in and access the product, which means we're successful. We're now authenticating with Active Directory. However, if this does not succeed, then there was an error in the information you entered or the information you were provided. Verify that information, and in order to restore back to the admin security model, stop the TSMA service and restore the backup to roll back the admin default security model. That concludes this video. If you have any further questions, please contact BMC Software Support. Thank you.